Welcome. So we're going to answer this question before us. It says, given that theta is between 0 and pi on 2, so what does that mean? That means that we're thinking of our first quadrant. So think of your unit circle. So you should be picturing this in your head, your unit circle. Here's pi on 2, here's 0, we're somewhere there. So we're in our first quadrant. We continue to read. Cos of theta is equal to sine of pi on 7. Find the value of theta. So we're trying to figure out what this theta value is going to be. Now, immediately, we could answer this question very quickly because we understand that the cosine is the complement of sine, meaning in order for cos of some angle to be equal to the sine of some other angle, that this and this must be complementary, meaning this theta plus this pi on 7 must be equal to 90 degrees, which is pi on 2. Therefore, to figure out what theta is, I simply need to subtract pi on 7 from pi on 2. I need to get my denominators to be the same. So I'm going to have to times this by 7. I'll have to times this by 2. And my answer is going to be 5 pi on 14. That's my answer. Just because we understand the properties of sine and cosine. We understand what they mean. So theta is going to be 5 pi on 14. And that's how I'd really want you to answer it. If we were to take a step back and get a bit more of a visual of what's going on here, if we can just picture our first quadrant here. Let me grab another color. We have pi on 7 here, A, B. We're asked for sine of pi on 7. So that means we're thinking of this B here because it's the Y value. And then we're figuring out, all right, cos of what would give me this B out? So this is where we just have to understand complementary relationships. So if we come here, if I drew an angle here, we know that the only way I could get BA out would be for this right here to be pi on 2 minus what I started with, pi on 7. And that way, I can get out B again. But again, do you really want to be writing this down? This right here should be your working. This should be your working. Based on our background knowledge, this is what we know. So this should be your working. Let me put dots around it. This over here is just kind of what we know based on our background information and making sense of it. Okay, there's how that works. Hopefully this has made sense.